With the changing market and economy, we figured it would be a great time to do a market update.
We will look at data from October 2022 in Ocean Shores as it compares to last year and trends over this last few months and answer the questions that are on everybody's minds. Will the market crash? What's up with interest rates? And what does this changing market mean for buyers and sellers?
So let's get into it. Listings on the market this October was 594, up 9% year over year. There are 130 homes for sale now, which is up 85% year over year. This means that homes are sitting on the market longer and seller competition is high. The average day on the market is 25 days compared to last year at just 11 days.
And as the market has been shifting across the country, we are seeing a shift here in Ocean Shores as well. Where we were used to seeing homes sell over asking or at asking within the first 10 days, we are now seeing less demand and less buyers willing to make moves, which leads to price reductions. There have been a lot of price reductions, especially in the last couple months. It's important more now than ever for sellers to be realistic about how much they can sell their home for. We aren't able to look at comps from over the summer.
There just aren't as many buyers as there were last season. It's going to be very important for sellers to make sure that their home is going to stand out above the competition. You can do this by making necessary repairs, hiring a professional cleaner, adding curb appeal, and pricing it well from the start.
Yes, because buyers are slowing down due to the increasing interest rates. People aren't able to afford as much as they could these last few years when the rates were closer to 4%. The Federal Reserve on Wednesday of last week approved a fourth consecutive 3/4 point interest rate increase, making rates just above 7% as of November 10th, according to data released by Freddie Mac. Numbers which we haven't seen since 2001.
And inflation is up 8.2%, which is the highest we've seen since 1981. So you can imagine why buyers are feeling like they just can't afford to buy right now, and this is causing a major price correction. Are there buyers out there? Yes, but most of them are waiting right now because they don't think it's a good time to make a move with interest rates, inflation, and the stock market the way that it is.
By the way, if you're liking this video, hit the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss out on future videos. We don't know with certainty what's in store for mortgage rates in 2023, but there's reason to believe rates will continue to climb. The Federal Reserve has been implementing rate hikes in 2022, and while it doesn't set mortgage rates, its actions tend to influence the cost of borrowing. In June and July, the Fed raised interest rates by 0.75%. In September, it implemented another 0.75% rate hike. As such, home buyers certainly should not expect mortgage rates to come down at the end of 2023 or early 2023.
All of this adds up to a power shift in the real estate market. A year ago, sellers were calling all the shots and buyers were having to jump through hoops to try to win bidding wars by waiving contingencies and paying for homes in cash. But now the shoe is on the other foot. And 92% of home sellers are accepting some buyer-friendly terms. But what this means for buyers is less competition and more room for negotiation. If you need to make a move and can afford to do so, then we don't suggest waiting. It's very unlikely that we're going to see rates under 5 to 6% again anytime soon. And when rates do start to drop, all the buyers that are on the fence are all going to jump in, and we're going to see a lot more competition and perhaps maybe an increase in price.
If you're one of those buyers who are on the fence right now, then we encourage you to talk to a lender. Housing costs have shot up, but to combat the affordability issue, many home builders and sellers are offering mortgage rate buy-down programs so that buyers can nab a home now. Sellers right now are in a position where they're more willing to offer concessions to get their home sold. A temporary buy-down is a closing concession that enables borrowers to have a lower interest rate for the first 3 years of purchase and ease into their mortgage payments.
The builder or seller will fund a temporary buy-down, but it'll need to be included in the agreement in the purchase contract, and the real estate agent negotiates it during the offer process. A 3-to-1 buy-down mortgage is a type of loan that charges lower interest rates for the first 3 years. In the first year, the interest rate is 3% less. In the second year, it's 2% less. And in the third year, it's 1% less. After that, the borrower pays the full interest rate for the remainder of the mortgage.
For example, with a 7% 30-year mortgage, the interest rate would be 4% in year 1, 5% in year 2, 6% in year 3, and 7% for the remaining 27 years. Or they can refinance at any time if there are better rates available, which could be the case, but you shouldn't bank on that to happen. Buyers need to be sure that they'll be able to afford their mortgage payments once the full interest rate kicks in. Otherwise, they could find themselves stretched too thin and, in a worst case scenario, even lose their homes.
Mortgage rates and housing market conditions aren't the only factors to consider. Whether you should buy a home in 2022 also depends on your personal financial picture. You're in a strong position to buy a home if you have a steady job, a down payment saved up, a great credit score, and low levels of debt. But if you're not in such a strong position, it could pay to postpone your home search. Reach out to us and we can connect you with a good mortgage lender.
If you have any questions about the Ocean Shores real estate market, feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to be your real estate resource.
Thanks for watching. Bye.